Hello everyone, welcome to Ritika's online teaching academy. My name is Dr. Ritika Gupta and I am making video lectures in biology subject which would be useful for NEET exam aspirants as well as for 12th standard undergraduates and postgraduates. In the previous topic we have discussed about what is photosynthesis, where does it takes place, and what are the features of the photosynthesis, about the mesophyll cells, as well as the difference between the biosynthetic and the photochemical phases. Now in this lecture, we will discuss about the light reaction of the photosynthesis. So now come on to the topic and let's discuss it. Okay, so now my second lecture contains information about the light reaction. Okay, now first we will learn what is light reaction. Light reaction is also known as the photochemical phase and it occurs in the grana of chloroplast. So it includes the following processes. First is light absorption. Light absorption, as the name indicates, it is a light reaction, hence absorption of light takes place. Water splitting, this is also another step of the light reaction. The third step is the release of oxygen. And the fourth step is the formation of high energy rich chemical intermediates such as ATP and NADPH. So we will study these steps in a particular process ahead. Now first we will study what is light harvesting complex. As the name indicates, light harvesting complex meaning what? It is absorbing the light energy. So we discussed in the previous lectures, there are some pigments in the chloroplast which are generally responsible for the absorption of light energy, and these pigments are organized into the two photochemical light harvesting complexes within the chloroplast. So what are these light harvesting complexes? These are organized in the photosystem 1 and the photosystem 2. So we will study these two photosystems separately. The LSC meaning what? Light harvesting complex are made up of hundreds of pigments molecules bound to the protein, and each photosystem has all the pigments which are called as accessory pigments, also called as antennae, except one molecule of chlorophyll A. The single chlorophyll A molecule forms the reaction center. An antennae molecule transfers the energy to the reaction center. So what is light harvesting complex? So light harvesting complex, as these green colors circular shapes are indicating the pigment molecules, and this one pigment molecule is termed as a reaction center. When the photons of light energy are absorbed by the accessory pigments, they are channeled to the reaction center, and then the reaction center becomes excited and release the electrons. These electrons are accepted by the primary acceptor. Now, these photosystems one by one we will study. Photosystem 1 contains P700 as the reaction center, chlorophyll A molecule which absorbs wavelength of 700 nanometer. Meaning what? In photosystem 1, chlorophyll A molecule working as a reaction center absorbs wavelength of light at 700 nanometer. In photosystem 2, chlorophyll A, the same chlorophyll A molecule, now it is absorbing the wavelength of 680 nanometer, hence called as a P680 as a reaction center. Now light reaction is of two types, non-cyclic photophosphorylation and the cyclic photophosphorylation. So there is also the involvement of the photosystems in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Both P700 as well as P680 reaction centers are there. So we can say that PS1 as well as PS2 both are present. Now in cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves only P700 as the reaction center. So we can say that only PS1 is present. Now cyclic photophosphorylation. As the name indicates, photophosphorylation Meaning what? Addition of phosphate to the ADP molecule in the presence of light. Or we can say simply that the synthesis of ATP molecule by the cells is known as the photophosphorylation. So cyclic photophosphorylation produces ATP and is a light dependent process. In it, electrons are expelled and returned back to the reaction center. So now recall, what is the reaction center of cyclic photophosphorylation? It is a P700. So these expelled electrons returns to the P700 and follow a cyclic path and results into the synthesis of ATP molecule. Hence it is called as a cyclic photophosphorylation. Photo means light, phosphorylation means addition of phosphate to the ADP molecule. So this process usually takes place in the thylakoid membrane and uses photosystem 1 and chlorophyll P700 molecule. Now we will study the diagram of cyclic photophosphorylation. How does it work? These green colored circular shapes are pigment accessory pigment molecules. Sorry. Okay. Now P700 is functioning here as a reaction center. It is excited by the incident light, and when it gets excited it releases electrons which are accepted by the electron acceptor. Electron acceptor again releases an electron which is captured by the ferredoxin. It is a part or a component of an electron transport chain. Ferredoxin again releases an electron which is accepted by the cytochrome B6, and during this process one molecule of ATP is synthesized by the addition of inorganic phosphate to the ADP molecule. Now cytochrome B6 again becomes excited and releases an electron which is captured by the cytochrome F, and in this process also another molecule of ATP is synthesized. Cytochrome F becomes excited and again releases an electron which is accepted by the plastocyanin, and at the end plastocyanin also releases an electron which is captured by the PS1 or the P700 of the cyclic photophosphorylation reaction. So in this way cyclic photophosphorylation occurs. Now the another process is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So non-cyclic, as the name indicates, that electrons are not cyclic, means they are not following the cycling pattern, meaning they are not returning back to the reaction center. So it is the movement of electrons in a non-cyclic manner, but it also results in the synthesis of ATP molecule. And from where this energy comes to prepare that ATP molecule is from the excited electrons, which are provided by the photosystem 2. Hence it is called as a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. And this photophosphorylation involves both PS1 as well as PS2, and it is also known as a Z scheme because it takes the shape of a Z structure. Hence it is called as a Z scheme, and it was given by the scientists Hill and Bendel in 1960. The lost electrons by P680 reaction center of photosystem 2 are occupied by the P700 of the photosystem 1. Meaning what? The electrons which are expelled out of the P680 molecule are in a chain are accepted by the P700 of the photosystem 1, and they are not reverted back to the P680. That's why also it is called as a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So the movement of electron in this process is unidirectional, meaning it only moves in one direction. So electrons which are now expelled out of the reaction center P700 of photosystem 1 are used in the reduction of NADP into NADPH2, or we can say NADPH plus H plus molecule. So the whole scheme of electron transport or electron transfer starts from the photosystem 2 uphill to the acceptor, then downhill to the electron transport chain. So what are the different components of electron transport chain? In this case are plastoquinone, cytochrome B6F complex, plastocyanin, and then to photosystem 1 P700 reaction center. So ATP molecule is also synthesized during the transfer of electron from cytochrome B6F complex to plastocyanin. Now we will study the whole each step of this reaction in a form of a diagram. So this is a simple diagram which is easy to explain the whole non-cyclic photophosphorylation, as the shape indicates the structure Z. So this structure is called as a Z structure, hence it is called as a Z scheme. LSC meaning what? Light harvesting complex. In this case, it is P680 of photosystem 2. It gets excited by the photons of light and releases an electron, which is accepted uphill by the electron acceptor, and then it travels downhill through the electron transport system to the photosystem 1, which is P700 of photosystem 1. Okay, so during this electron transfer, along with the electron transport system, one ATP molecule is synthesized. Now the P700 also become excited and releases an electron, which is accepted by the electron acceptor of photosystem 1. And then that electron energy is used for synthesizing NADPH from NADP+. Now here you can see near to the P680, water splitting is shown. Water splitting releases 2 electrons, 2 H plus and oxygen atom. When 2 molecules of water are present, 4 H plus and oxygen molecule is released. Hence we can see that in non-cyclic photophosphorylation, oxygen release is also there and electrons are also getting produced. So where these electrons are used, these electrons are used to replace the electrons lost by the P680 molecules. And what about the electrons lost by the P700 molecule? Those are replaced by the electrons got from the P680 molecule. Now, these are the steps. The splitting of water is associated with photosystem 2. In PS2, P680 absorbs sufficient light energy and get excited. Then it transfers electron to an electron acceptor. P680 turns into a strong oxidizing agent. Hence, it causes the splitting of water molecule to release oxygen. So, this light-dependent splitting of water is called as photolysis of water. And this is the reaction step of photolysis. 2 water molecules are releasing 4H plus 1 molecule of oxygen plus 4 electrons. So this oxygen, as we will study in the final reaction of photosynthesis, oxygen is also getting released. Synthesis of carbohydrate is also there. So that oxygen is coming from this step. Now we will study the whole diagram of photosystem 2 and photosystem 1 in a form of this shape. We can see here that photosystem 2, splitting of water is there. Photosystem 2 is excited by light, electrons released, accepted by the electron transport chain. ATP molecule is synthesized. Those electrons are captured by PS1. Now these electrons are again captured by electron acceptor molecule. Electron acceptor also releases an electron which is captured by the pyridoxine, and then that is used for producing the NADPH plus H plus from NADP in the presence of an enzyme called as NADPH reductase. So till here we have studied photosystem 1, photosystem 2 as well as cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now we will summarize, or we can say we can differentiate between both cyclic as well as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So we have seen that in cyclic photophosphorylation only PS1 is involved, while in non-cyclic both PS1 and PS2 are there. P700 is the active reaction center of cyclic photophosphorylation, while P680 is active reaction center of non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Electrons travel in cyclic manner and reverts to PS1 in cyclic photophosphorylation, while in a non-cyclic manner they travel in non-cyclic photophosphorylation and are accepted by the NADP at last. So photolysis of water is not present in cyclic but is present in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. ATP molecules are produced in cyclic, while both NADPH and ATP molecules are produced in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Oxygen is not evolved as a byproduct in cyclic photophosphorylation, while oxygen is evolved as a byproduct of non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So this process is predominant in only photosynthetic bacteria, which process cyclic photophosphorylation, while non-cyclic photophosphorylation is predominant in all green plants. So now we can summarize the whole uh, lecture as what we have studied today. We studied about the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, about the PS1 and PS2, and how cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylations are different from each other, from where that oxygen which is getting produced in the photosynthesis comes from, obviously from non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So go through the lecture properly and sincerely, so that you can achieve well in your NEET exam as well as for your regular studies. So for getting more videos on this topic and on other topics as well as, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you and bye.